So I get this question a lot from our students and from candidates that are looking for job. They're confused between this W2 hourly, W2, what is it, and they don't know how to answer the recruiters. So I thought for benefit of everyone, I'll just answer this question once for all, try to settle it down. Okay. So W2 means full-time. There are three types of employment. Basically W2, which is kind of full-time employment. Then there is 1099, which is like independent contractor, and corp to corp, which is just corporation to corporation. But for this discussion, we're just going to stick to W2. Now W2 is divided into W2 full-time, W2 hourly. Okay, so let me just go through point by point. So the first is, what is this? So W2 full-time. Okay, when you get placed full-time with a product or service company, and they will give you a bi-weekly pay. Let's just say you get placed in Bank of America or Google or something. They're gonna say your salary is $100,000 and we're gonna give you 5,000 bi-weekly, or it might be, they might say whatever, or maybe 4,000 weekly, whatever they might be, but it's a fixed salary per 2 weeks or per 15 days or per week. Whereas W2 hourly is a salary that you're gonna get per hour. So let's just say you work, there are 40 hours in a week typically, and if you work 30 hours, they're gonna pay you for 30 hours worked multiplied by whatever the hourly rate was decided between you and the company. So you're gonna get paid only what you worked. Okay, so that's the big difference here. Okay, the second thing is, how is the salary defined? Typically, how do you know it's hourly, yearly? Typically it's a full-time W2 full-time. It's like they will always define it as yearly rate. For example, they'll say we're gonna offer you 100k or 90k, 80k, 200k per year. Whereas when they talk about hourly, they say we're going to pay you $40 an hour, $45 an hour, $50 an hour, something like that. Next is how do you get paid for holidays? In W2 full time, you will accrue holidays over a period of time. Typically at least one holiday you will accrue for every month you work with the company. So end of the year you'll typically have about 12 holidays accrued. Whereas in hourly, there is nothing like that. You get paid for what you work. Simple. Okay. Now which one should I prefer? Okay, obviously W2 full-time is always preferred because that is more of a long-term thing. Salary is little lower than an hourly rate. It is because it brings that safety. So you should always prefer the full-time. So that is my take, but everybody has their own opinion. Okay. Who pays taxes? Some of those, do I need to pay taxes if I go with W2 hourly? No. W2, the taxes will be deducted at the source by the employers. The employers deduct your taxes and give you whatever is remaining amount. In both the cases, there's no difference in taxes. So what is the need and use cases for both of these? Like why is this confusion? What do we really need to do? Okay, so W2 full-time is typically for, let's just say you work for a company and the employer knows that he is going to keep you for very long time. Means that he has work for you for many years to come. He doesn't see any, then it's a long-term option. Basically they know that they will always need you. There is no, so then that is the way they go. If they have a short-term project, then they will go with W2 hourly. Okay. For example, they might have a cloud migration, or if they have a legacy application, they want to move it to a new tech stack. If they have data in, let's say Teradata or some other warehouse, and they want to move it to the latest and greatest, snowflake, something like that. That is a short-term project that might last from 3 months, even month, 3 months to up to a year and a half max. So in that case, they will opt for a W2 hourly because they do not see a need for you after certain period of time. Okay, so for them, hourly option works better. And finally, who is my employer? Okay, so in a typical W2 full-time scenario, your place of work or your employer, your place of work is your employer. Let's just say if you work for Bank of America, you're going to get the pay stubs from Bank of America, so your employer is Bank of America. There is nothing in between you and Bank of America. But in case of W2 hourly, in this scenario, in W2 hourly scenario, Bank of America would not like to run the payroll by themselves. They will hire a company or vendor or staffing company to run your payroll. So you will be working for Bank of America, but your pay stubs will be generated from a staffing company such as maybe Randstad, Kforce, Tech Systems, there's Collabra, there's a lot of them, right? So your client is different than your employer. So these are the differences. Hope everything is clear. If not, let me know.